Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 14 of the Run So Fast podcast, the world's first brother-sister runners podcast. And here's my sister, Romaine. I feel I haven't spoken to you in some time. How are you, Romaine?
Yeah, so I was just running with someone the other day, and he mentioned, "Hey, are you taking a break from the podcast? I haven't heard from you in a while." Huh?
In what,
So,
5 days?
I think more than that, because I think you were busy the last weekend for your cancelled race, I guess.
Well, I filmed last weekend. What? Nick Bester was on Friday.
Was it?
Yeah, I filmed on Friday last week. Nick
Was that
Bester,
last week?
episode 13. Anyway, who was this
Okay.
person asking? Pranav,
Y
Darren,
yes, it was the other half of the dynamic duo of Pranav and Jonathan.
or Jonathan. Yeah, so basically they need a podcast every 2 days, lah. Otherwise they're coming for us.
Uh, well,
So I think here's the difference between the younger and the older people. Not that Leon Lai is old by any means. Leon Lai, the CEO of Betterment Sports, but I actually sent Esther Joy's AI animated poster to our group chat, and I was like, "Hey, if there's any questions you want to ask, please fire them over." And the question that Leon asked was, "Actually, I want to ask how you have time to do so many episodes at this kind of consistency." So that's completely different from what Jonathan said. And my reply was, "Is easy what?" Wait, let me just read it out. Easy what? Don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. Zero pre-planning, zero editing, just talk and upload. Most podcasts are hampered by paralysis by analysis. Ben Koo laughed at that. Hire studio and all and pay money and edit, don't know for what. Less than 100 views per episode. Keep it real. Yeah, so blue tick all the way by all my members of the group and no replies. So we'll leave them to their Sundays. I don't want to pepper them anymore. But yeah, so that's Jonathan's feedback, and then we have Leon's feedback. So I guess there's a whole can't can't please everyone. It's gonna be a whole range of feedback.
well,
And
I I guess we can, I don't know, agree to disagree.
so, what do you think? Do you think it's been too long since our last podcast? What do you think?
Okay, I was happy with once a week. Twice a week was pushing it.
Okay, well, we've got 14 episodes in a month now, so the average is definitely more than twice a week. But anyway,
I know.
any results roundup since it's been a while since we got together? And I didn't do a roundup for Nick Bester's episode because I focused on him.
Mm, I think the only thing off the top of my head is Sean's
Sean Go,
latest.
yeah, okay, the Sean Go
Yeah,
segment.
yes, again. So I think Sean rounded off his European tour with another 5K, but I think he had a rough day out. He came through at 15, 20 something. The number is slipping my head. But yeah, I think next up for him and quite a number of Singaporeans is the Gold Coast Marathon next weekend, I believe. Yeah.
Yes. Or in the case if you're running the half marathon, it's the China Airlines half marathon, but it's being run in Australia. Funny name, funny name for a race. But hey, man, money talks, right? Can't wait for can't wait for China Airlines to go and sponsor the New York City Marathon or something like that. The China Airlines Marathon in New York City. There's going to be a big laugh. Yeah. So results roundup. Yes, Sean. Actually, there was supposed to be a. I coined it the hottest for. I sorry the what I mean to say. I was coining it as a very dramatic 4 days in Singapore long distance running history because Sean Go was supposed to go for my track record of 14:44 on a Saturday night in Vienna, Austria, and I was supposed to go for his road record 4 days later in London. And Sean, I think he was a bit tired from the whole altitude camp or whatever. Like he was to be fair, he was racing and traveling and training a fair bit. So I think just wasn't feeling it going into that race. So I mean, I understand. Didn't run very well. I think 15:22. I didn't even get a chance to run. My race got cancelled because of the heat wave. So I mean, I don't think the weather was great for his race either. So literally, our double record attempt ended up going down in flames in this heat wave. So whatever. On we
And what's
go.
a heat wave considered in UK?
To be fair, it was quite bad. It was like 36 degrees. It was the hottest June day on record, and 36 degrees with the sun up. Because here in summer, the sun only sets at 9:30 p.m. Yeah, so yeah, it's actually like I was walking home from training yesterday from the train station, and there was a cyclist just collapsed on the side of the road with ambulance and everything there because it looked like heat exhaustion,
Oof.
a heat stroke. Yeah, and London is not built for the heat. Like in Asia, like Malaysia, Singapore, Bangkok, whatever, we are very well prepared for heat because it's hot year round, so you're prepared for it, right? All the malls have air conditioning. All the no, I mean not all the homes, but lots of homes have air conditioning. The buses, the trains, all have air conditioning. Here, you walk into a cafe to take cover from the heat, right? And it's sometimes more hot and humid inside the cafe because of the green. Like it's like walking into a bloody greenhouse. So maybe under the trees is more shaded, but there were many days it was hotter in our apartment than going out. And we don't have air conditioning in our apartment. So June was buying like fans. She bought like 2 fans to put in the bedroom and like blow at the same time when we were sleeping. June is my wife. Sorry for the new listeners. But yeah, the European summers can be quite. It's like Europe generally has better weather than Singapore, Malaysia, Southeast Asia. But when it's hot, yeah, like it's bad because it's like relentless. There's no cover from the heat. And even now, I went to school. I went to campus yesterday. The cafes on campus, the air conditioning system was quite weak, so it was still quite warm, even though you're inside an air conditioned cafe on London Business School campus. So yeah, it would have been, I think, a bad idea for people who are susceptible to heat to be racing the heat. And I think that runners are not very logical people. Runners love to push our bodies to the max. So I think the race organizer did the safe thing by cancelling the race. So I think I would have been fine, but most people would not have been fine. Cambodia was bad. Remember? Did you go to Cambodia? I can't remember whether you were in Cambodia for my race.
Yes, I was walking on the streets when it was 39 degrees out and the
Yeah, it
heat
was.
was radiating off the roadside
Yeah,
concrete into my face and I felt it burning.
yeah, it was. Yeah, and we raced in that. It was bad. Both my 5K and 10K were bad. It was in that. So anyway, yeah, we're more than used to it in Southeast Asia. So yeah, I actually, when I sent it to Sean as it was cancelled, he couldn't believe that a race was cancelled because of heat. He was like, I literally have never heard about this before. But anyway, I think on the news of the half marathon, I think Sean has withdrawn from the Gold Coast half marathon. Still carrying a bit of fatigue from the training camp, so I think he's going the 10K on the road instead. In more half marathon news, our episode 12 guest, Pranav Sridhar, has run, I believe, what is a new personal best of 71 minutes and 52 seconds in the Wellington Half Marathon in New Zealand, where it was an out and back course, 30 kilometer an hour headwind one way and 30 kilometer a tailwind coming back. So I got his permission to read out, shout out to him on our podcast. So he said, honestly, I really believe I could go sub 71, but the wind was crazy today, about 30 kilometers an hour. I knew for the first half it was going to be a crazy headwind, so I didn't push it. I ended up with almost a 330 per K average at the halfway point. On the way back, the tailwind was really nice, though I managed to go under 320 all the way. In the end, the timing wasn't as fast as I wanted. But I think it's really good. I mean, it's almost as if you're running uphill one way and downhill coming back. So yeah, can't be disappointed with a PB, definitely happy with the circumstances. And then he asked, by the way, do you think I'm safe to qualify for the BYD Singapore International Marathon presented by Adidas? And I told him I do not see 15 guys running 71 minutes this year. Do you think he's safe?
Yeah, I think he's safe. You can rest easy.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at past years' rankings. I don't think you're 15 guys faster than this, but he's worried about trackflation, which I guess is a real thing. But anyway, speaking of trackflation, speaking of PB, speaking of half marathons, I would like to introduce our guest for the day. Today, we have Malaysian half marathon record holder, as well as 2-time SEA Games bronze medalist in the aquathlon and the triathlon mixed relay on our show today. Welcome, Miss Esther Joy. How are you, Esther? Hi.
How are you?
Okay, is this your first podcast ever, Esther?
I think so.
You think so? Okay, but
I'm not
you're
sure.
not you're not new to public facing or social media or anything like that, are you? I think I have not met you yet, but Romaine tells me you're quite big on social media.
No, no, I'm not.
What do you mean? I see you doing catwalks and photo shoots.
That's fun. That's different.
It's still public facing.
Okay, well, we're very privileged that you chose to lose your podcast virginity on our show. So welcome to the show. Um, yeah, I would say that the first time I heard of you was when you broke the half marathon national record because I was in Japan at the same time as you. I was just in a different city. I was doing the Tokyo Marathon with Anne. You're from your country as well. From your sport as well, actually. I think both of you do triathlon and running. And
That's
after
it.
the Tokyo Marathon, I stayed on in Japan. I went to Nara to see the deer in the park and everything. And I think you raced the next weekend, and that's where you ran 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 27 seconds in the Nagoya City half marathon and broke the Malaysian record. Am I correct?
Yes, Nagoya City Day Marathon or something like that.
City Day Marathon.
Yeah, I think so.
And all marathons in the day.
I don't know.
Okay, well, Nagoya City. It's funny, because Nicole from Singapore also ran that race. I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with Nicole, right? Nicole,
Yes, very
are you
fun.
guys good friends?
We've only met a few times, but I think considering we've only met like a handful of times, we are pretty good friends.
Okay, nice. And what makes you get along with Nicole? Because most people think that she's got a resting bitch face, that she's a bit unapproachable until you get to know her. Did you have that impression as well
Really? No, I thought she was really nice.
from the start? Okay.
Maybe it's because I talk too much. So I'm just like,
Okay.
hi
So
Nicole,
you,
nice to meet you.
correct. Okay, so you gave her no option but to open up to you. That's right.
I
That's the way.
think
That's the way to
so.
go. Okay, fantastic. And I think you are both New Balance athletes. Is that correct? Which is why you were both there. Nagoya is a New Balance event. There we go. Okay, New Balance jacket. I was just gonna ask what you were wearing because right before, like literally 10 minutes before this podcast, after I posted the trailer for our podcast on our social media account, my social media account rather, Esther replied to the story. Random question. I have not done this before. Is there a dress code? And my reply was, whatever you want the fans to see you in. So I left it open ended. Romaine, what are you wearing on our podcast?
New Balance shirt.
Hi.
New Balance shirt. There we go. Esther, what are you wearing on our podcast?
New Balance
New
jacket.
Balance green hoodie. Okay, I'm narrating for the benefit of those who might be on a run listening without video, and I'm wearing a very subtle Hugo Boss white T-shirt. Hashtag Boss Ambassador. Hashtag Guinness World Record suit marathon. Thank you very much, Hugo Boss. But very very impressive, Esther, that you have chosen to. I said whatever you want the fans to see you in. Most female influencers might come in sexy attire, and you came in very chill attire. So, yeah, way to go. Not playing to the stereotype there.
I wear what I like. That's what I
Yes,
can say.
yes, exactly. As long as you're comfortable. Okay, Esther. Maybe a bit of background story now. Where do you live? Where do you train? What got you into the sport? And yeah, we'll take it from there.
Uh, Hi. For those who don't
Hi.
know, I'm Esther. I live in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur to be exact. And
Nice.
I started triathlon 4-ish years ago.
Four.
Yeah,
Okay.
about
So
there.
you
And then
are a COVID-born runner.
COVID-born triathlete.
COVID-born triathlete. Okay. Were you running already before that?
Yes, but I didn't train. I wouldn't have called myself a runner. I used to do like school races, when they send you for races.
Mm-hmm.
We call it MSS in Malaysia. So it's like a school against school in
What
the
does
state.
MSS stand for?
Majlis Sukan Sekolah. So
Okay.
literally school competitions.
Nice. And what events did you do when your school was sending you for competitions?
Cross country.
Oh, okay. So right into the deep end.
Yeah.
Okay, Malaysian cross country, right? Like Malaysian schools cross country. Is it real cross country? Like you're running through the kampong, running through the forest, through mud and everything, or is it on the road?
It depends on which state we're doing it in. But my
I
year,
see.
we ran in like I think it was 8% incline for like 1 kilometer.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Where
then
was it?
we had paddy fields and all. It was in a botanical garden.
In which, no, but okay, in which city, in which state?
This one was in, I think it was just in Selangor, like where KL Selangor,
Okay.
where I'm from.
Oh, okay. So was it, you said paddy field, so it was like, where spikes run in the mud type or what?
No, it was okay. So you start on the road, and then you go into the jungle, and you basically run like a trail run, and then you come off. You do the 1K climb thing, and then it just rolls, and you enter a paddy field, and then it's road again. So
How many
I think
kilometers is that?
yeah, you can't really wear spikes.
Yeah, yeah, no, but fair, because it's the road segment. But how many kilometers is that?
For my age group at the time, it was 6.4.
Wow. I think that's real cross country. I'm actually quite proud of the Malaysians for doing that. Well, have you ever done a cross country race in Singapore or seen what it's like? Well, it's
Like
useless lah.
y'all have nowhere to climb or anything.
Exactly.
You have
Well,
the road.
No, I disagree. Like, obviously, there's still MacRitchie, even though it's a bit narrow to do cross country, but that's part of the sport. Turf City used to be fine until they built a tennis court at the start line and therefore deemed that it was no longer usable for cross country, and they moved cross country to Botanic Gardens, which was a road race with got staircase one in the middle of the race, and then moved to Bedok Reservoir, which it's a gravel path for a lot of it, but you also start you run a lot of it on the road as well. And then there used to be one big hill, but then they removed the hill. And now Singapore cross country at the national schools level is damn lame because someone complained that someone fell down before. So to manage like crowd control, it's no longer a mass start where everyone starts at the same time. It's like wave start, right?
But that's not
And
cross country anymore.
Exactly, it's not cross country anymore. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm not the only one shitting on this every podcast now. I'm not like Sean Go literally said the other day. I spoke to him about something, and then he was like, he said this is so stupid. It's even dumber than giving out 4 medals at track and field for 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he was referring to. Yeah, sorry, I was saying cross country. They changed it to a fucking wave start with chip time because they're scared people fall down. And then he said, dumbest thing I ever seen, worse than 4 podium spots at track and field. So it's everyone who knows like what is real about this sport knows that that's not the way you do cross country, right? And it's also 6.4K for the girls. 6.4K, that's awesome. Like cross country should be longer than the longest track race, I think.
How much is it in Singapore? Like what's the distance?
Want to take a guess?
3K.
Almost 3.6K last I remember.
For the girls.
Yeah.
3.6K for the girls, but 4.3K for the guys, or something like. If you do Bedok Reservoir, it's something like that. 3.6 for the girls, 4.3K for the guys. Why?
Yeah,
Is it
something.
cause? No, why? No, really, why? Is it cause girls are weaker?
Okay, but for us also girls and guys have different distances, but only the 16 to 17 guys run 8K, 8.5K or something.
8K is 8K is fair. 8K is fair, and I think a lot of this is imported from the British, like so 6.4K is 4 miles and 8K is 5 miles. So, okay, I kind of get it. Like, okay, cross country is 4 miles. The older boys, maybe we let them run 5 miles lah. Okay, I get it. I think 8K is a good cross country distance. Then you actually build endurance, right? Like 4 point something K. It's shorter than a 5,000 meters on the track, and then 5,000 meters on the track is literally like now it's like 3 weeks after cross country. Like,
You're like basically you're basically doing a road race.
Yeah. It's basically national schools track and field with a road race, with a wave start, and team positions by chip time rather than a real cross country race, which is like mano a mano, like like you can like score points by overtaking people. Anyway, not to get too negative about the whole situation, but that's not I think that Singapore is really doing it wrong for cross country. And by the way, I don't understand why for women and men cross country distances are different. How long is a half marathon for women?
21K.
How long is a half marathon for men?
21K.
How long is a marathon for women?
42.
How long is a marathon for men?
42.
Exactly. So why cross country is like women cannot run as far as the men? I
don't
think it's
make the
insulting
rule.
to women. I think it's insulting for women. And I'm not a feminist or whatever. If anything, like people have accused me of being very sexist in some of the comments that I make. But I think it's unfair to the women because it's like you can't put it, it's like you don't look up to them enough to let them run the same distance as the men. When they are literally grandmas signing up for a 42K marathon, which is exactly the same distance, they don't say what. It's like, oh, you know what, poor girls, you guys are weak. So, you run 35K for your marathon, it will still give you a marathon medal. No, marathon is marathon. The distance is the same. So why for cross country? Oh, poor girls, you can't run 4.3K. Here you go, 3.6K. So nonsense.
Okay, but 3.6K is really, really short for cross country.
Exactly. Okay, well, I'm glad that on that front, Malaysia seems to have a better setup in the schools cross-country standards than Singapore does. And when you go for Malaysian schools cross-country, how many schools and how many athletes are there on the start line? Because Malaysia is obviously a much bigger country than Singapore. And even in Singapore, our national schools cross-country, on the final day, the start line, if you're in the C or the B division, which is like, 13 years old all the way to 16 years old, there are like 300 or 400 people on the start line, for the boys especially.
For Malaysia, in MSSM, which is the M is the whole Malaysia, so the whole Malaysia's schools race with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Each state can send, I think, 5 people and 1 reserve.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
sorry,
quite-
Singapore is 6. They send 6.
Ours is 5, and then it's quite a
Okay.
stacked field. It's always full. They have reserves even, because cross country, like the school games up until 17 years old, is a really big deal here. But after that, then it's gone.
Okay, no, fantastic. We'll get to that. I think it's very similar in Singapore, where there's a great platform to compete on all the way until you finish JC, junior college, which is like equivalent to high school or whatever, and then it straight away dies. Like university is nowhere near the same kind of atmosphere, and then so there's no like pipeline from the time you finish 17 years old school sports to SEA Games or senior high performance and all that kind of stuff. So I think it sounds like it's similar, but going to that point, when you go to cross country on the final, on cross country final, are there heats? Do you run like regionals first and then like qualify and then go to finals, or how does it work?
All the schools in a district, so your school will select a few people, and then you race the district race, MSSD. Top like 6 or something goes to MSSS, which is states, and then the top 5 move on to MSSM, country, the whole country.
Okay, how many rounds is that to get to the final then? District? Romaine, were you paying attention? I got lost.
Yes.
State, and then you go to the nationals.
So district and then nationals.
District, state.
Oh wow. Okay, so district, state, nationals. Yeah, no, that's cool. I think Malaysia is like a nice size that, you can actually have a real national competition. Singapore, is smaller than KL. So like, we're not gonna have like, South regionals, where East regionals, West regionals, North regionals, and then all come to a final.
I think you have like 100 people at each start line.
No, exactly. It doesn't make sense. So by the time, okay, let's say you go to district, how many competitors are there for cross country for your race?
Sorry?
When you go to district, how many athletes are you racing against for cross country?
District, I can't remember. I think one school can send up to 3 people.
Okay.
So your school sends you, each school can send certain amount of
Yes.
people for
Yes.
each category.
Okay.
But it's, I think, in the hundreds probably.
Okay. So hundreds at district, hundreds at regionals, and then hundreds at nationals.
Yeah.
Cool. And what was your best finishing position doing cross country over the years at nationals?
First.
Oh wow. Okay. Did you win every year?
No. Um, I went. I've been 3 times to nationals.
Okay.
The first time, I got like 15th. I
Okay.
qualified for nationals for all three, so I got 15th, and then second,
Mm-hmm.
and then the last one before COVID hit, I got first.
I see. Okay, so this is when you're in, is it high school?
Yeah, high school.
High school, okay. And which high school did you attend in Malaysia?
Many high schools.
Okay. Did you move around a fair bit?
Yeah, I moved around because I got into the national team for Wushu, like a different sport.
Oh, wow.
I had to move to the national training center, and you kind of study there also.
I see. Okay. And so you were doing cross country while being on a national team for Wushu?
No, I did it before I got into the team for Wushu, and I did it 1 year after I left.
You did cross country before you entered the Wushu team, and then you did it again after you left.
Yes. I was only in
I
there.
see.
I was only so like 14 years old. I went for cross country. 15, I went into national team,
Mm-hmm.
and then 16, 17, I did cross country again.
Okay, so you didn't stay in the Wushu team for very long, lah.
No, I
1
was only
year
there
maybe.
for a year.
Okay. I was gonna ask whether you enjoy Wushu, but it sounds like you didn't, lah.
It's fun, but it's very different. It's very technical, not so gung ho.
Yeah. I mean, Wushu. There's nothing gung ho about Wushu, lah. You chose the wrong spot if you're looking for something gung ho. Yeah, I was gonna say that Wushu is a very performative. It's not. I think it straddles a line between performance arts and sports. Like, okay, it's a martial art, right? But you're not beating up people. You're not like, oh, I punch you in the face, it's 20 points, or I kick you in the chest, it's 10 points, or whatever. That's like taekwondo or karate or whatever, or MMA, where I pin you down and you can't get up, and then you tap out. Like those are more like sports than Wushu. Wushu is more like a performance where you're given a grade based
Yeah.
on how much the judges like you. And I don't like this kind of elements in sport because it's very subjective. The judges, we all know judges can be bought, lah. Huh? We all know judges can be corrupt. We all know judges can be bought. We all know judges can be bribed. We all know that judges can be like selectively chosen, and that leads to a lot of squabbles and a lot of like politics in a sport like Wushu, lor, or even boxing. There's some matches where it's very obvious that one boxer is pummeling the other one, but then like if you can last like 10 rounds or 15 rounds all the way to the end, then the judges vote who wins. And then like the guy getting bashed up can win 2-1 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not to me that's the very non-transparent, like very political side of some of these anything that involves a judge lah. Imagine you run, right, and then you're not judged based. You don't win a medal based on whether you cross the line first. You win a medal based on how much the judge likes your running style. Wouldn't
Running
that make
technique
running
points.
running technique points, exactly. Oh, actually, sorry, we have that. It's called running influencers. You don't have to be fast to have the most number of influencers and make a living from the sport, the most number of likes. You just need to be fast, look good in the sports bra, and be willing to post the correct content. And girls would that's one way girls would defeat boys like crazy. If running was to be based on a judge bringing up a number, hey, you get 10 points for your running style. You get 7, you get 9. Yeah.
Okay, but you
Romain
might
will beat me.
you
Romain will
might
beat me for sure.
disagree with me. You might disagree with me on this. I actually think running influencers are okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Like, because I think running influencers actually bring more people into running, which I don't really mind.
I didn't say I don't like running influencers. I know. I think I agree with you. Running influencers bring people that may not otherwise be watching running into running. I have absolutely no problem with that. I'm just saying it as it is, lah. I'm not saying they should get out. I'm saying that that's what they are. I can easily say the same about runners. I think runners who complain, oh, like I run a sub 15-minute 5K and I don't make any money, and then this running influencer, a 20-minute 5K, but because she's hot and she posts YouTube videos, she does this and that, she gets so many followers, she makes the money. I said, yeah, because she brings eyeballs to the sport. What the fuck are you doing? You're just fast. Being fast doesn't make you money. It opens doors, yes, but it doesn't automatically make you money, right?
Yeah.
It's like a guy, if you're a guy and you buy an expensive sports car, you can be, oh, I'm not getting any girls still. Well, a car just opens doors and makes you look better. You still have to work on the other things to actually get laid. It's not going to be like, oh, here's a car, people are going to line up to fuck you, right? It's not how it works. So the same goes for being fast. Like, just because you're fast, it's just a leg up money. Like, if you are fast but no one knows who you are, no one relates to you, no one identifies with you, then sorry lah, it's still like that lah. There are tons of Kenyans running 2:06 or 2:07 for the marathon, making fuck all, because you just get kind of lost in the narrative. So I don't have a problem with running influencers at all.
Do you agree with the sports car theory?
Well, I can't disagree with it.
Exactly. If you disagree, that means like you automatically sleep with a guy just because you got a sports car. That's how you disagree with me. And no girl is going to disagree with me based on that premise. Because she's very demeaning towards herself. Even though, like I said, it'll make people more keen on you. It's like, if I went to a good school, if I went to Harvard, then obviously when I say that, people are going to pay more attention lah. But I'm still useless, I'm still a jackass, and I still don't apply for jobs. No one's gonna like offer you a job just because you went to Harvard, right? You still gotta suit up and go to the interview. It's just
I think it just gives you more appeal. Like, you will stand out a bit more.
Exactly. So, by the way, like we've deviated, but that's to bring it back to running. I absolutely am on board. Like I speak to some of I'm friends with a lot of the Malaysian runners and the Malaysian running influencers. I have friends like Prabhu Das, who is a SEA Games silver medalist, and for a long time I don't think he liked running influencers. He didn't like Arena Malaysia. Actually, we were talking about it like earlier in the. He told Elaine to her face, actually, I didn't like what you all were doing. I felt that you all always cover like running influencers. And Elaine was like, what? Like, when we want to talk to you, you always run away from us. And then but I told Robert Das, I said, if you are a good runner, you're a SEA Games medalist, actually you are already you're starting way ahead of a lot of quote unquote normal people. Obviously there are other traits lah, right? Like it's gonna sound very but obviously if you are a hot Chinese girl, straight away you have an advantage. It's like being a fast runner, there's an advantage, right? But it's not. You don't win the war just because you have an advantage. You still need to capitalize on it. You still need to do good content. And one person that I felt has done it extremely well, and I said it to her, and I'm very open about it, is Anne. Anne does it very well. Anne does so much content, but she's also a very tough endurance athlete. Is she the best of the best? No. She's not going to win a Malaysian marathon title. Is she the best of the best at SEA Games? No. She's never going to win a SEA Games gold medal. Or at least like unlikely, not never. But she's got, 200,000-300,000 followers across all platforms, if not more. And whenever I see her, she's always working. She's always working on content. She's always figuring out what the trends are, and then she's not afraid to put herself out there, do all these like, she bring me to do all these like dances on TikTok and everything. I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing, man? But because of that, I'm never gonna be as trendy as her, and I'm okay with that. But that's part of the industry, lah. Running influencers. So thank you for bringing us there. You actually like opened the discussion automatically. Are you a running influencer, Esther? Influencer?
I don't think so, unfortunately.
Okay, why not?
I don't know. I think it's what I focus on more. Like, if I put a lot of effort into my Instagram, then yes, I would say I'm a running influencer, and I do post a lot, but I don't like study the trends, and it's a job. You have to study it. If you want to be an influencer, you have to know the algorithm, know what to post, know what people like. I just post for fun.
Okay, fair. I like that. So what would you identify as if you're not a runfluencer?
I would just say social media athlete.
Okay, that's one I haven't heard of yet. Romin, have you heard of that term?
This is the first time.
Social media athlete is runfluencer, what?
Not really. Like we're not really giving.
No, she's not owning the influencer title. She's just
Yeah.
stating that she does content, but she's not saying my content influences.
Yeah. My content is not meant to like you all. If I post something, you have to believe that it's good, and you have to use it or anything. It's just like if I like it, I'm just gonna show it to you. You know.
Okay. So you're more casual than a runfluencer
Yeah,
in your
I would say
content.
I'm just
Okay.
more casual. I don't expect people to follow what I'm doing.
Sure. Who are the big runfluencers in Malaysia? Actually, I can't even name one apart from Anne.
Alison?
Is that Prabhudas's girlfriend?
No, that's Amber.
Okay. I know it starts with an
Alison.
A lah.
Alison
I,
ran
like I said, I'm the laziest podcast in the host in the world. I didn't do any homework.
Alison ran with you in Tokyo.
No, Anne ran with me. I never met Alison in Tokyo.
Alison was there, but she was under a different brand, I think.
Yeah lah, so she didn't run with me lah. She was there in Tokyo at the same time as me.
She
So
was
were
there.
50,000 other people. Yeah, okay. I never had the privilege of meeting Alison yet. Maybe I'll meet all of you at Score Marathon. Are you guys all doing Score Marathon this year? Are you doing it?
I think I'm not. I don't think I
Okay, you
registered
got.
for it.
Do you want to do it? I can speak to them about it.
Um,
Don't have to do the full. We can do the half.
I'll be the cheerleader. I'll hold the sign.
Okay, okay. Do you want to do the BYD Singapore International Marathon presented by Adidas? No,
Let me
we're
think
putting
about.
together a Southeast Asian field this year. Like, I want to get eight men and 8 women for the Southeast Asian elite field, and you would be one of the ladies from Malaysia. I would very much like to have if you want to come.
But I don't think I'm at the same level as the other top Southeast Asian athletes, though.
No, I don't need you to be at the same level as the top Southeast Asian athletes. Like, there's only one person at the top, like, there's Odekta. Like, no one is on Odekta's level, I don't think. But you're the best in Malaysia. I want a good representation. I don't want 8 women from Indonesia.
Send
Have
me
you
the
run
details.
Are you talking about a full marathon or the half marathon?
Okay, wait. We talked over her. She said send me the details, so she's open to it. Very good. No, I'm talking about the full marathon, because the half marathon is more like a developmental pipeline. What we really want to focus on is the full marathon. It's the BYD Singapore International Marathon. It's not the BYD Singapore International Half Marathon. Half marathon is like, if you're not ready for marathon, we do it and then good. But the centerpiece for the event is the marathon. We're not gonna pay for elites to come and sleep in our hotels if you're not running the full marathon. Are you doing have you done marathons before, Esther?
No.
Oh, you never done marathon before. Okay.
I've only
Well, your
ran.
half marathon time would qualify you to be considered for sure.
I've only ran the half like twice in my life.
Okay, so what are you doing the rest of the time? Triathlon.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever want to do a marathon?
Yes, but I don't think I'll survive it that soon because I'm still
Okay.
focusing on try.
Okay, gotcha. Well, we got a triathlete, Ben Koo, that does quite good marathons in Singapore. Have you met Ben?
I know, Ben.
You know Ben. Okay, nice. How did you meet him?
I met him in a race beginning of this year before I went to Nagoya. I did one like training race, a half marathon, and I saw him there.
Which race was this?
Which race was it? Twin City Marathon.
Twin City Marathon in Malaysia.
Yeah, he was like with his camera running.
Yeah, I was just gonna
course.
ask, was he vlogging?
Yes.
I was just gonna ask, was he vlogging? Is Ben a runfluencer in your definition?
Maybe not pure running. I don't know, cause he also does triathlon content.
Okay, yeah, I mean, is he a fitness influencer?
Could be. I would
Yeah?
see myself taking his advice.
Okay. Oh, so you think that to be a fitness influencer or running influencer, like it, they have to be giving advice? No, some of them can be just creating content, ma. They're not
I
giving
think
advice.
content, not give advice per se, but they will have some sort of influence on people that if they were to give advice, someone would be listening.
And don't you think you fall into that bracket? Don't you think that if you posted advice now, people would listen to it?
I don't think so. I don't think
You
I'm
don't think
there
so?
yet.
Really? Okay, I think that maybe you are underestimating your own degree of influence. I do think that if you went, and there's only, I mean, the only way to find out is to try. Like, if you went on there and you talked about how you did easy runs or why you do X amount of minutes at threshold or why you did X amount of volume per week or why or how you would pace a half marathon, you're a half marathon national record holder. Surely people are going to listen to that.
I wouldn't listen to myself half the time.
It's called self-awareness. Esther, who are you coached by? Since you wouldn't take your own advice, I assume that you're not self-coached. I would hope not.
Of course not.
Okay. Who are you
I would
coached
hope
by?
not. Coach Rupert Chen from RC Coaching.
Rupert Chen.
Chen, same surname.
Chen, Rupert Chen. Ah, okay, but not related.
No, not
Okay.
really.
Okay, you don't know. Could be.
We are probably like really far down the line.
Okay. Okay, Rupert. And how long have you been coach Rupert?
A year plus. Yeah.
A year plus. Okay, and this has been so it's quite a new setup. He's a triathlon coach.
Yes, triathlon coach.
I see. And what? And a year plus, but you've been doing this sport for quite a while. So what brought about the change in whatever the previous setup was to coach Rupert? Like, I guess maybe we should start from the beginning. I'm starting at the end here. But when you went into triathlon 4 years ago, what made you go from like purely running into triathlon? And then how did things like kind of grow from there?
I think when I was in high school, after running for school, I kind of ran just for fitness, like health. We were rotting at home during COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, so it kind of became just a hobby. We go and run. And one day, one of my friends, he's still my friend, he contacted me and asked if I wanted to try triathlon. And I don't know why I agreed. I just said, I swam last time, let's just give it a try. And I think
Okay.
after I tried it once and then I just liked it. I don't know. I
Oh,
can't really
nice.
explain how.
Love at first sight. Doesn't happen too
Yeah.
often. Fantastic. And you guys have good roads to train on in Malaysia for cycling?
Yes, but we do have to drive quite far to all the cycling spots. Yeah. But we
Okay,
have some.
nice. Okay. And who was your first ever triathlon coach in Malaysia?
Um, he was a guy from Time. Like that's the name of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we don't really get along anymore, so.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing new. Athletes and coaches separate and fall out like all the time. But and how long were you with that first coach? 3 years since you were.
3.5 years, almost. 3 years,
Oh
3.5.
wow, 3.5 years. Okay, but that's quite a long time. And if you don't want to talk about it, just let me know. But what brings about a change after 3.5 years? What caused it to not get along? Was it a disagreement in like coaching philosophy, or like some coaches might be too controlling, or whatever?
I think it was more he is a good coach, but more to development, like new athletes.
Mm-hmm.
But when you reach a certain point, when your athletes are older, like at that point, a lot of us were above 21, 22. They were like 26-year-olds. So you kind of have to let go of the reins a bit
Yes.
and let us explore a little bit more
Sure.
and just
I
advise.
yes, I agree.
Yeah. And
I mean, you can't treat people like they're 5 all the time.
yes, exactly. And I think I decided to try something new because I was quite stagnant. My performance was stagnant for 3 years. I think I was pretty decent already, and my performance was quite stagnant. So I went to explore myself. I went to train with the Indonesian team, and then I think it kind of clicked to me that it's not a one size fits all kind of philosophy.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think he had a disagreement with me that he didn't quite like that I was kind of speaking out that I wanted to do something slightly different. Yeah, and then it
Was
just
he was he an older Chinese man?
yes.
Yeah, older Chinese men don't like it when you challenge them. Speaking
Yeah,
from a
but
lot of experience here.
he did help me start out. He was a pretty good coach starting out. Just
Yes.
that we grew older, just grew apart. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay, so I mean, actually, there's nothing very incriminating, lah. That's actually quite normal. I know of some coaches that they hit on their female athlete and then after that, then they fall out. Yeah, that's really bad. That's actually a really
Okay, not
bad
to that
breakup.
extent.
Also very inappropriate. But so I'm of the opinion actually that if I were to be in Malaysia, I wouldn't know where to find a good coach for marathon or long distance running. Like if I were to move to Malaysia today, I wouldn't know where to go, who to join, what group to train with. I'll probably just self-coach, right? And
You'd actually be surprised that the triathlon coaches, they are quite good at training you for whatever distance you are planning to do.
triathlon or marathon.
Triathlon coaches. I don't really know many marathon coaches either in
Exactly.
Malaysia.
So you're saying that if I were to go to Malaysia, I'll be better off finding a triathlon coach to coach my marathon running than find a marathon coach. Is that what you're saying?
That I know of because I don't really know
Okay,
any.
that correct. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't know of many. I don't know of any athletics coaches I would go to look for advice as far as marathon long distance running goes. Now, middle distance is a bit different. If I were to try and train for a sub 2 800 or sub 4005, I'll probably go to Gironi, Ridwan. But that's that's also because I got to know him as a competitor first and a friend, and I can also see that he's having good results with his athletes. So that's literally the only coach I would know to go to in Malaysia. I don't know of anyone else that I would go to look for help. And I can tell you that the overall coaching standard in Singapore is quite low. I was just wondering whether this is a similar thing in Malaysia, because Malaysia has a much bigger population than Singapore, but it doesn't seem like it's doing much better in terms of like endurance sports running and running.
I'm not very familiar with the running scene in Malaysia, training wise, but I do know that a lot of the competitors, sometimes when I race with them, they are always injured. So I think that kind of tells quite a lot. I think it's quite old school style of coaching
Yeah.
still in Malaysia. Yeah.
Yeah. But why? Why hasn't Malaysia caught up with the times? By the way, the coaching style in Singapore is also very old school. So I
Really?
can get to Singapore later. Or if I have not beaten a dead horse in the multiple episodes I've been on, maybe I can just leave it be. But it's very old school in Malaysia as well. That's interesting. Why? Why is it like that?
I actually don't know. I really don't know. I think that's why I prefer, even if I train for road races, that I train with my triathlon coach. Because usually tri coaches are more up to date with coaching. Like they have to go for coaching courses and stuff. So I think they are a bit more up to date in
No,
training.
athletics also must go for coaching course, what? But you don't learn anything useful at the coaching courses, lah. I know
you
because I have put on coaching courses and I have attended coaching courses. I can tell you it's all just a checkbox, lah.
Really?
Like. But you don't learn from coaching courses. You learn from nowadays. You learn from YouTube. Whatever you attend a 2-hour coaching course, I can learn it in 10 minutes on YouTube now.
Yeah.
YouTube, AI, whatever. Like at my desk, I challenge any coach. Like I'll be way more productive 1 hour at my computer than they will be 2 hours attending a coaching course. So I'll go in, mark attendance, or introduce, it's maybe networking, But I don't think you learn much from a coaching course, lah. And and depends on who is the invigilator, lah. You know, a lot of these invigilators, they're also doing it to clock their own invigilation hours. They're not actually like, you know, in a position where they'll be able to teach something very useful. You know, I mean, the people you should be getting to do these courses are, you know, your Mike Smith from Northern Arizona University. Now he's a Nike coach. Good luck getting him to do a coaching course for you. Maybe Jakob Ingebrigtsen's family. You know, maybe Josh Kerr's coach, Danny Mackey. But these people are not doing the coaching courses. Who are these people running the coaching courses? You know, athletics coaches definitely, you need the cert, what? So they've all attended coaching courses, but why are they not, you know, up to date? Now, I think triathlon, sorry, say again.
Which benefits me, because I was gonna say my coach loves ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, no, that's what you should be doing. Not that you should take it as the truth or the gospel truth, but it's a good place to start and then do your own research from there, lah. But in general, I think that cycling, the sport of cycling tends to be more scientifically advanced than the sport of running. Running is always playing catch up, you know? Like all this fueling, all this bicarb and everything, you know, it's always been cycling does the whole like, you know, high carb fueling, heat management, all that kind of stuff. And then running is still like, you know, fucking way behind when it comes to these things. Like heat management.
You can see that
Sorry.
quite obviously in Malaysia, because our cycling is like world class, and then our running is not even close.
Well, yeah. And Malaysia, you know, you don't even need to compare against other countries. Just compare against Malaysia's own history. In 1990s, all these guys like Murusamy Ramachandran were running 29-minute 10,000 meters. Now where's the 29-minute 10,000? Now 30 minutes maybe, 30 minutes don't have, only Christian. And Christian is because he studies and learns from the British system, and like, you know, from a promising young athlete, he became a very good runner. Do you know Christian Tong?
Yeah, he trained with us, I think, after SEA Games last year. He came over to our house.
Oh, nice. Okay. How did he end up there?
He and my brother hit it off really well.
Oh, who's your brother?
Benjamin, not Ben Koo, a different Ben.
Okay. Ben Chen.
Yeah, Ben Chen.
Okay. And he's a triathlete?
Yeah, my whole family, we did triathlon at one point.
Yeah, so I'm Christian's Bow Athletics athlete representative, so I do help him like negotiate deals and, you know, sometimes coordinate with the Malaysian Federation regarding like selection policy and all that kind of stuff. So that allows me to kind of see like, you know, Malaysia's federation, even last year for the SEA Games selection, it didn't seem like things were very, very clear or transparent until very last minute, which, you know, does lead to a disrupted preparation for an athlete who is really trying to be at your best for SEA Games. So, for me, I got more experience. For Christian, it's like, oh, you know, I don't know if they're going to choose me. You know, I think this should be enough, but I don't know. I'm like, no, dude, you ran 14, 15 for 5K. Like, they're going to take you, right? If they don't take you, it's damn stupid. It will be obviously a big mistake. I don't think they're gonna. You haven't given them a reason not to pick you, so I think you'll be fine. But you know, he was still like waiting. Oh no, not confirmed yet. By the time it was confirmed, it was like, you know, very close to SEA Games. And even now, it's very common, right? Yeah, but like, no, just because it's common doesn't mean that it should be the case, lah. What is so difficult about writing a selection policy? Is it like that in Malaysian triathlon?
I think ours is a bit more private, so it's a bit better. But it's also hard because triathlon is a small community, so we kind of know the information from each other, but it's not like posted out like this, not all the time at least.
Okay. So it doesn't sound like it's more transparent in triathlon.
It tends to be more transparent.
Okay, so for example, just for a clear example, if you need to qualify for next year's SEA Games to be hosted in Malaysia, do you at this point of time, 28 June, about 15 months out from a big competition next year, know how you need to qualify? How to
For
qualify, rather?
triathlon?
Yes, for I mean, what are you trying to qualify for? Triathlon, right?
Yeah, actually, funny thing is we don't even know if there's triathlon next year.
Oh, okay. Well, that's bad.
Yeah, but those are things that are higher up from our association already. Like the decision is made by Olympic Council Malaysia or
Yes.
whatever's
Yes, yes.
above that. Yeah. So things that are higher than that is also very last minute. But then like national champs and all, we are still quite updated because it's under our own association.
Okay. The last time Malaysia hosted the SEA Games, there was triathlon. So why is there a talk about no triathlon this time?
I'm not very sure. I think they say because we are not medal potential or something.
So because Malaysia cannot win, don't host.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, this is typical kampong games lah. No, I really like no Malaysia boleh really. They know how to play. They really play the game to that extent. I remember
But
9 years ago, there was news like 6 months before the SEA Games or something like that, that Malaysia, I don't know if it was the Olympic Council or the Malaysian Federation, basically the Malaysian officials were talking about, oh, we don't want to host steeplechase or marathon at the SEA Games. And obviously, it made big news and people were protesting and everything. I didn't bother. Like, I knew that they were not going to get away with it because there's no way you can host an athletics meet and then like selectively take out like key events. Like it goes against I mean, World Athletics has a standard thing. Like, no, if you want to host athletics, it must have these events. You cannot like, oh, I can win 100, I can win 400, I cannot win 200. You know what? This year, no 200 meters. Right? Okay, and then like, I can't win any distance events. No distance events at all. That's rubbish. You can't do that. It's not your house. I mean, it is your house. You're hosting the games. But no, that's not what the SEA Games is about. Then what? Every country only hosts the events it can win, man. Like that, when Cambodia hosts, how? They should only host events they can win, no? Which is not a lot.
the men's 800.
Yeah, men's 800. So, I don't understand why officials at that level are still playing this kind of games. But I don't think you all need to worry. I do think that triathlon... I can't remember the last time triathlon was not at the SEA Games.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
didn't you win medals at the last
So that
couple
was
SEA
the
Games?
deal. That was the deal of what we heard the last time when we were in SEA Games. We were getting quite pressured that we needed to get medals, like at least one medal, so that we can have SEA Games the next year for triathlon. But after we got a medal for the relay, they said, oh, it only matters if you get a medal for the individual, which was gonna be quite hard because we were already down by the last day. We were all sick and we couldn't race.
So we shouldn't hold. No, then, if they want to go by that logic, Malaysia shouldn't host 10,000 meters. Malaysia shouldn't host marathon. Malaysia shouldn't host 5,000 meters because it's Christian Tung's fault. Christian Tung didn't medal in the 5K, 10K. So because of Christian Tung, there should be no. Sanjay as well. Sanjay didn't medal in the 10,000 meters. Therefore, we shouldn't host the 10,000. Is that the logic? That's dumb logic.
You'd be
There's
quite
no logic.
surprised how you'd be quite surprised how often we actually, like, I've heard that reasoning before. Like for the last Commonwealth Games, of course I'm not at their level or anything, but at the time I made the qualification whatever they said for us to go, and then they decided to only send men, and the reasoning that they gave was because the last lady that went to Commonwealth Games came back last. The last
Oh,
Malaysian that they sent.
so because of her,
thought
she has
the last
fucked generations of Malaysians over. I mean, where did these idiots go to school? Where did they learn to logic? Where did they learn to create sports policies or selection policies to develop? What is your role as an administrator? Is to develop future generations of sports talent and inspire the nation. I hope that is it lah. I mean, at least that's what you should write on your job description lah. Whether or not internally you want to be lazy and not do anything, that's on you. But at least your job description should be, to use the, or something like, oh, we're going to use the Olympic spirit to inspire our young and like build a stronger Malaysia. Surely it's something like that, right? So what kind of logic is that? That's so dumb.
I think
If it's
they're
the
not
one, okay, sorry, go for
I
it.
think they're not very well versed in certain sports. Like in badminton, football, Malaysia is quite well versed at it, like the councils. But for sports like triathlon and distance running, I think they just follow whatever they hear, like follow the trend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, people who don't understand anything about distance running or track and field or triathlon, making the rules for distance running and track and field and triathlon.
That's what I think.
Amazing. Wow. That's like if Romain and I decided to host a ballet competition without knowing anything about ballet and just make up the rules. Yeah, that's problematic. But okay, assuming there's triathlon, how would you know how to qualify?
Usually we will ask our association, the president, and they will make selection criterias or like selection races.
Okay, so it's not as hard and fast as track, where it seems like there's a pattern where the Malaysian Federation will say, okay, if you meet the silver medal mark of the previous SEA Games, which I think is a dumb policy, but let's say the last time the 10,000 meters silver is like 29.54 or whatever. If you hit 29.54, you automatically selected. Then you're like, category A or whatever. Then if you don't hit 29.54, but you're like a certain percentage off, then you're in category B. But if you're category B and you're under the age of 23, your potential, so you're more likely to be sent. I read the Malaysian document that was sent to me last year as, I was representing Christian, so I read through the document. There are a lot of permutations lah. It's like, unless you like so clear you hit the mark, right? It's like, it's maybe, and then if you're 23 years old or under, then you got better chance. Otherwise, it's like low chance. And then like even if you go as Cat B, it's self-funded versus like non-self-funded. It's like, it's overly elaborate. It doesn't need to be like that. It's very confusing.
It's the same. It's the
And,
same for triathlon as well.
Okay, and like all due respect, I think I'm quite an educated person. Like I got a law degree. I'm finishing my MBA. I'm graduating next week. Most athletes are not going to be at that level of reading and logical ability. A lot of your most talented athletes might come from a lot more humble backgrounds where they didn't really go further than high school, or they went to a university and they did not very strong with languages. How are they supposed to understand what they need to do? How are they supposed to understand this like complex document that is being circulated? Then of course they'll be confused lah.
Yep.
I think yeah, you're well spoken. You probably have a good education, but you're probably way above average when it comes to like the Malaysians looking at this document. It's like, how do you expect them to understand? Who wrote this? I was like, I asked, like, who wrote this shit? It's so confusing. So anyway, so because you got selection races and everything, but it sounds like it's not like triathlon. You cannot do like timing, right? Because every course is different. But they do the same for marathon. Marathon, we all know the course is different. They still go and use the time selection criteria because it's part of athletics, so therefore use time.
Like for us, it's also not really black and white because they do use that sometimes. They want to see, one is the world triathlon points. So the more you race, and if you are close to like the winner, you get some points. And then sometimes they want to use who's the fastest. Like you can argue that my athlete deserves to go because my athlete has the fastest time this year. But I could have gone to a course that's like half.
Yeah, no, that's rubbish.
There is some that we have argued that before,
And
Like,
how
there was
many, how many like how many coaches are there arguing for their athletes? Like how many leading coaches are there in Malaysian triathlon? Like you know how they'll be like, oh, this academy, that academy, this academy. Okay, maybe it's like like San Guo Yan Yi. There are three like main coaches with three teams, and then they're all trying to get their athletes on the team? How many like head honcho coaches are there in the triathlon space in Malaysia?
The really main ones, there are 4, I think. Yeah,
Four.
that will
Okay.
really talk about it. But there is a national head coach every year that changes.
I see. So the national head coach obviously has more say lah.
Yeah. So if the national head coach is unfair that year or has like some biasness, then good luck.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think every human being every human being is biased. Anyone who says they're not biased at all is talking cock, right? Because as human beings, you are in okay. Now let's use a logical argument. Every human being is imperfect. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're imperfect, you're gonna be biased. It's just to what degree? Some are very obviously and blatantly biased. Some try to shield it better. Some try and shield it, and they shield it very well, but actually they're still biased. They come up with like cock stories to hide the biasness, but they finally basically what they want is they want to get the outcome, then they reverse engineer from there lah. Very few are actually like very above board, cannot be bribed, cannot be like tainted by favoritism. Very few lah. I don't think you can find many lah. Or maybe me lah. I think I'm very unbiased. I just hate everyone. So I hate everyone equally. So I will be actually a very good selector. I'll be very hard on everyone. But so 4, and then you mean the head coach rotates among the 4?
Yeah.
That's that's damn toxic. Because it's like if Romaine is the head coach this year, and then I get screwed by her. Guess what? Next time I'm head coach, I'm like, okay, last time you screwed me, right? This year I'm going to come out with a selection policy in advance. I tell my athletes first. I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you on the last minute possible. You go and scramble. And then I'll find ways to disqualify your athletes. And then she's going to remember that. And like maybe I accidentally screw over Esther as well. And next time Esther gets the crown, she's like, oh, right, now I'm the boss, right? Last time both of you screwed me. I'm going to screw all of you now. I'm sure that happens.
That actually happened last year, but they don't do it. They don't do coach to coach. They do coach to the athlete that I don't like.
Esther, do you train with mostly men or women?
Men.
Mostly men.
Yeah,
Okay.
my group is usually all the guys.
And do you think it's the case because it's difficult to find female training partners in Malaysia?
Yes. There's not many. I think there's not many female athletes to begin with.
And why is that the case in your opinion?
I don't know. Maybe girls don't like getting sweaty. I've
Yo,
heard that recently before. Like I've actually heard that
They-
before.
Don't want to get sweaty or don't want to get tanned?
Like they don't want to get tan, they don't want to get sweaty, and then like you have to keep washing your hair.
Yeah. The washing the
I
hair
see
can be a
it.
bit of a hassle, yeah.
Romaine's heard that before, right? Like I don't want to keep washing my hair.
Yes. And meanwhile, I wash my hair at least once a day, sometimes twice if it's really that bad. And then meanwhile, I speak to my non-sporty colleagues and they can go wash without washing their hair 2 to 3 days. Ugh.
No, I hate it when my wife doesn't wash her hair, and then after you share the same bed as her, and then like you've gone out, put your head on the MRT or the worse still the London Tube, which is a lot worse than the MRT in terms of like dirt, or you've gone out and there's pollen or like dust in your hair, and then like I'm breathing in that, or you are breathing in that because your face is next to your hair, right? So I don't understand that. Yeah, but at the same time, if you train in a hot and humid environment and your sweat is all over your hair, you can't not wash your hair lah. You definitely have to wash, right?
You can not wash it once or
Really?
twice. Yeah. Sometimes you have no choice because like if you wash it and then like in 2 hours I'm gonna swim and I have to wash it again.
Okay, I mean,
This is really
sure. I mean, 2 hours, sure, I get it. But like, before you go to bed, surely you have to wash it, right?
No, it's not the same. Our hair takes like hours to dry.
Even with like a good hair dryer.
If you use a hair dryer, it takes like half an hour to dry.
Well, isn't that good? That's yeah. I mean, that's not that long, what?
It is. Imagine
half an hour
trying.
is damn long. What are you talking about?
I
It's a long
mean,
time.
you can listen to the Run So Fast podcast while drying your hair. Like, half an hour flies by like
We
really quickly.
can't hear
Made
anything.
the vacuum, not even vacuum hair dryer.
You
Okay,
can't
use
hear
the
anything.
Okay,
Can't watch
what hair
anything.
dryer do you use? What hair dryer do you use?
Any hair dryer that I can find.
Okay, well, this has been a game changer for my wife and myself. Like based on her recommendation, we got the Dyson hair dryer. Like
The round ones.
yes, yes,
Yes.
it's really game changing, man. And like I bought it. It's expensive. They didn't even pay me to talk about it, but it's really actually a really good product. My hair is dries instantly. Like hers obviously takes a bit longer because it takes a bit longer because she has longer hair, but the quality of it is also like your hair. It doesn't spoil your hair also.
Really?
Something about it.
I usually just
There's no other competitor on the after that when we go to the hotels and like use the hotel hair dryer, like it's way different lah. That one is lousy compared to what this Dyson hair dryer is. So I highly recommend it. Romaine has one at home, right?
I do.
Yeah, Romaine has one at home. Well, it's game changing, right, compared to whatever you used previously.
Yes, I have now found a similar brand with a dual voltage that I bring on my travels now because I really cannot deal with the in-hotel hair dryer anymore.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Esther, time to get a hair dryer sponsor.
I don't dry my hair.
Okay, well, if you don't dry your hair, then obviously it takes hours to dry.
Yeah, but it's because my hair is really long and it's really thick. So even when I use a hair dryer, it takes forever and then it's loud and then like you get so tired after you dry your hair.
Okay, so how often do you wash your hair?
Like once, twice a day.
Okay,
Sounds
and you still wash
alright.
it one twice a day. Okay, but you just okay. So if you train at night, you basically not sleeping until past midnight, lah.
No, I sleep at like 10:30.
So you train. Okay, maybe we can run through this. I don't think we talked about training schedule. What is your training schedule like as a triathlete? Like, is it every day? Any rest days?
Every day, usually twice a day.
Okay,
Yeah. And
and twice a
then
day will be one sport in the morning, one sport in the afternoon.
sometimes one in the morning, one in the afternoon, sometimes one in the morning, one in the evening.
Okay, so either
Depends.
one afternoon, one in the evening. Okay, and are you still in school?
Yes, I'm in uni.
Which university are you attending?
Ta UMT, Tunku Abdul Rahman. Yeah.
Ah, is that the one with the track on the?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I was just there for the Score Marathon Clinic few months ago. It's a beautiful
Is it
campus,
nice?
beautiful track as well. Yeah, a bit windy lah, because obviously you're higher up, like the breeze is nice, but it can be a bit windy when you're doing intervals. What are you studying in university?
Sports and exercise science.
Great. Are you going to go into that field, coaching or?
No.
No. Okay. Are you in your final year?
No, I'm on my final semester for diploma, not degree yet.
Ah, okay, okay. So after your diploma, you can then go on and do a degree if you wanted to.
If I wanted to, yes. But I already have 2 diplomas. I don't think I'm gonna continue my degree anytime soon.
Okay. What is your first diploma in?
Business management.
All right, all right. And is there any reason why you chose to like do the multiple diplomas before going on to a degree or whatever that path
Uh,
might be?
no, I actually didn't know what I wanted to study at the time. So
Fair.
but my mom insisted that I had to study immediately after high school. So I
As a
told her just sign
typical
me up for
Asian parent
anything.
would, I know, as a typical Asian parent would do. Gap
Yeah,
year?
I
What do you
told her
mean gap year?
I told her just sign me up for anything that's in any college nearest to the house.
And was the business degree
Wow.
also at Tengku Abdul Rahman University?
No, the business degree was just in a small little college that was like 2 kilometers from my house.
I see. Okay. And what are you thinking once you finish your diploma? Are you do you want to do sport full time? Is there a job that you wanted to go into?
I think I would do sports full time for a while. Not really full time. I mean, I'll still be doing social media a bit
Yes.
for pocket money and stuff, but
Yes.
mainly sports.
And is that something that's sustainable for you as an athlete? Like, could you sustain yourself financially by doing just sports and content?
I think I'm lucky enough that I don't know how, but the path just aligned with a lot of sponsorships and the timelines all matched. So for me, yes. For a lot of people, probably not. But for me, I do earn enough to survive on.
Yeah. No, I think that if it's sustainable, you should go for it because
Yeah.
you never know. Like you can grow once you grow your own brand, you can branch off into other things. Like, like not just brand ambassadorships. Like if you ever want to like go into, if you one day decide that you want to go into giving people advice, you can go into coaching. If you one day decide that you want to set up your own academy or whatever, you could do that. You could even set up your academy and hire good coaches to work for you. You don't have to do it yourself. I think that there's definitely if you're passionate about sports, at least there's definitely an avenue for you to do something like that. Okay. We are nearing an hour and 30 minutes, so we'll try and wrap it up there. I know that you probably have to get up and run, swim, cycle tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, I can rest.
Tomorrow morning you can rest.
Oh.
Fantastic. Okay, you can sleep in. Romaine, any quick fire questions you want to pepper Esther with before we let her go?
Well, I just asked her while you dropped off whether if there's no triathlon, what would she do? And she said the full marathon, and that's when you immediately pop back in for a second and pop back out. So
Yeah.
that was one of those questions.
Yeah, I didn't hear the
Okay.
story about your boyfriend getting sabotaged, and then when they reconnected, it was literally, I'm going to do a marathon. I'm like, oh wow, and then I got cut off again. So, Romaine, carry on.
Okay, so let's see. If you had to switch from multi-sport to only doing a single sport between running and biking, which one would you pick?
Or High Rocks.
Oh,
Not High Rocks.
she did a High Rocks last month, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought that
And how was that experience?
is High Rocks a real sport?
It's a sport lah, but I don't know. I would say it's not for me because it's quite like, I say not fully developed, not a fully developed sport yet.
Of course. It literally started like, a few years ago. There's no way it's fully developed.
You do know what High Rock stands for, right?
It's the
We
most
know.
pompous title ever. Hybrid Rockstar. Get fucked. Who the hell calls themselves Hybrid Rockstar? It's the most pompous thing ever. I can't believe that they actually named themselves that. And well, I think if you observe the culture of people doing high rocks, it's self-explanatory lah. They all think they are rock. Not all lah. Like a lot of them think they're rock stars lah. Oh, look at me! I'm doing this shirtless. Oh, look at me! I can flip a tire. Look at me! I can do wall balls.
I like that it's getting people healthier and stuff, but there are, like, the stereotype in High Rocks is like that hybrid rock star. Yeah.
Okay, between doing a High Rocks again and doing a distance track on the race in spikes, which one would you pick?
High Rocks.
Oh, okay. We're
Really?
just avoiding spikes on the track altogether.
Yeah. I got cut
Much
off during this
easier.
part. But what do you hate so much about spikes?
Or just running on the track.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I don't like running on the track and I don't like wearing spikes. Like, I've
Why
never
don't you
raced
like-
more than 3,000 with spikes.
Why don't you like running on the track?
I don't know. It's so mental compared to the road, and it's so much slower. Every corner you take is only been 100 meters.
Yeah, but it's not a
That's
corner, it's a
depressing.
curve. Like, it's not like you're jamming brake.
Every curve, it's worse because, like, every curve, it's only been 100 meters, 100 meters, 100 meters.
Well, you don't have to count it as 100 meters. You can always count it as laps or
A lap.
kilometers.
Yeah, but you know it's 100 meters. The thing is, it's in
Do
your
you
head
train
that
on?
it's only
Do
100
you train on the
meters.
track? Do you train on the track? Okay, and how many times a week do you train on the track?
Once a week, more than enough.
And you don't like it?
Oh, I hate it.
Okay lah. I mean, I
I
think I went through a phase of my life where I did a lot of track work in Singapore when I was 13 years ago, and a lot of the track work was very demanding. So I grew a little bit disdainful of it, and then when I went to Oregon on exchange, I was able to do intervals like through the forest on the roads. Like, oh wow, this is actually a lot more fun. But eventually, when I went back to the track, and don't know how to like tune out. I think a lot of it is tuning out and relaxing lah. Like if you're counting down the not even the laps, you're counting down the 100 meters
100
straight. Is very bad. It's very bad for your psyche. So yeah, part of it is learning how to relax. And Romaine only runs track. Romaine barely runs anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't know how she does that. I'd much rather run on the treadmill.
That's even worse. You're not even going anywhere. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But you can like watch a movie while you're running. Like I do my long runs on the treadmill. A lot of people say it's very weird, but I do my long runs on the treadmill.
Oh man.
Okay, sure, you can watch something, but if you're running on the track, you can listen to something, a podcast, or you can run with people. I don't know. There are lots of different. You're moving. At least you're moving forward.
But it's also really hot.
Okay lah, yeah lah. I mean, Malaysia run outside is hot lah, so I guess air conditioning just changed the game. Have you ever seen a photo of that track in Switzerland at St. Moritz where you're running, like athletes are training, and then there's mountains and everything next to it?
No.
Okay,
Is
well,
there?
maybe
Yes.
Romaine can show you some photos of if you go to high altitude training. Have you done altitude training before?
Nope.
Okay, well, that's something that you can potentially do. Go train in like a high altitude camp, or even nearer to home, Indonesia. They train in Bandung. It's like quite a nice like mountainous region of Indonesia where you can get a bit of altitude training. It's nice lah, and it's not hot. Sorry?
I wouldn't know who to find.
You don't need to find anyone. You can go yourself with your boyfriend or with your training group and do your own thing. But yeah. Any other quick fire questions,
Okay.
Romaine? Oh, okay, there we go. Romaine's
This would
showing you
be
up.
a brief picture I don't know if it's loading properly, but mountains
Oh.
in the background,
It's very pixelated.
greenery everywhere. I'm assuming fresh mountain air because you're at elevation.
Thin
And
mountain air lah. Thin mountain air. You're not breathing a lot.
But yeah, it's fresh and beautiful.
Have you been? Have you guys been?
I haven't.
I have
He
been.
has.
I have. Yeah, I have. It looks beautiful lah, but when you're doing even 200-meter repeats, wow, you're like out of breath, like 100 meters into the rep. It's
I
it's
can
quite
imagine.
bad. Yeah, it's quite bad. Who is the top Malaysian female marathon runner at this point of time?
Full marathon?
Yes, full marathon.
Michelle, I think.
What's her last name?
Chua?
Michelle Chua. I
Yeah.
don't think I know her.
Alright.
What kind of time is she running?
2 hours 53 or 54, I think.
And is that in Malaysia or overseas?
No, overseas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
She
so
went to
like
Europe, I think.
okay, so like hopefully a more ideal weather condition for her lah. Is that something that you would like to take a crack at? Because I think anyone who runs 119 has the potential to break 250 if you train for it lah.
Yeah, you see, you kind of sound like my coach now. He says the same
Great
thing.
minds think alike. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, but the deal is if there's no SEA Games for triathlon next year, I will take a crack at full marathon.
Okay.
If not, we're waiting till like
Yeah, well, okay, I'm saying from the point of view of someone who's trying to do sports full time, right? Would you agree that if you were the top Malaysian in marathon, you will be A, more visible, and B, making more money than the top female triathlete in Malaysia.
Definitely. It's
Yeah, 100%.
there's a wider reach in running.
Yeah, of course. Especially in a
Yeah,
country like
and when you
Malaysia, not
go
everyone can afford a.
viral,
No, exactly. Like marathon is anyone can do a marathon. Anyone can run lah. The triathlon is like you need to swim, you need to cycle. Cycle is like it's damn bloody expensive to get a bike, you know.
Very.
Exactly. Swimmers, we all know that swimmers tend to come from a certain demographic. They're not poor. You know, you need a country club membership or swimming pool, access swimming pool. You're not gonna like become a good swimmer swimming around Toa Payoh swimming pool in Singapore lah, right? Dodging the aunties and the uncles and the idiots peeing in the pool. You're not gonna become Joseph Schooling trying to swim in Toa Payoh swimming pool. Okay, Joseph Schooling, I can tell you, didn't train in Toa Payoh swimming pool when he beat Michael Phelps to get the gold medal. So I think that triathlon has very often been it's very unrelatable lah, because it's a very niche sport ma, and it's usually those who are not good enough at swimming, who are not good enough at running, who are not good enough at cycling. So they okay, I try and do all three, and then maybe I'll be the best at that. And then they do all three, and then they do become hopefully more. It's so much easier to stand out. There's less competition.
Yeah, but the sport also doesn't get as much clout as running or cycling individually.
Yeah. Okay, cycling, I don't know lah. I can't name the best cyclist in Singapore. I can't name the best cyclist in Malaysia. But I can't even name the best cyclist in the world lah, actually. I can only name Lance Armstrong. Because he was very famous for all kinds of reasons. But I can't name the best long distance swimmer in the world at this point of time. I can't. Right? I can only name the swimmers in
long-distance
Singapore
swimming.
I have met before. So running is just more, it's just more relatable and it's more universal lah. And the thing is that you don't even need to be the best runner in the world to make a good living. If you're the best runner in Malaysia and you can do good content, you're gonna be, you know, pretty hot stuff,
I agree.
right? Yeah. So from the perspective of branding and like making a career out of it, I don't think it's a bad move lah. And how many kilometers a week are you currently running? Not that listeners, I am not one to count mileage. I don't know how many kilometers a week I run. I don't care. I train according to what I need for the day. But I do think that this is useful in this scenario because we're talking to a triathlete who does 3 sports. Esther, how many kilometers a week do you tend to run?
I actually just calculated because I was curious just now,
Okay.
like this afternoon.
Yeah.
This week was quite high already, and it was 53 kilometers.
Okay. So you set the national record for half marathon with 53k of running and the rest of it swimming and cycling.
Yes, the highest for my half marathon block, the highest mileage I had a week was 70, and that was only for 1 week.
Yeah. No, that's great. And I think that shows that it's not about blindly chasing mileage. Like you can still get aerobic benefits from lower running mileage and cross training with other things. In fact, probably keeps you more injury free compared to people who are old school just banging out mileage and then impact injuries and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. I think that's the advantage that you got from being a triathlete. But obviously, if you want to run a marathon, that has to go a bit higher lah. But I also wouldn't go too far away from what works lah. So if you're able to do run, swim, cycle, and run a good half marathon, I'm very sure that you just up the running, like the marathon should come quite well. And you got the nutritional fueling aspect and hydration aspect locked down that I don't think many in Southeast Asia understand. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we have talked her into it. Maybe we'll see Esther in a marathon sometime soon.
Maybe.
Yeah, you can consider Singapore Marathon. Like Singapore Marathon this year, there's gonna be like live cameras following the ASEAN elites. We're gonna put you up in hotels. We're gonna take care of you. It's gonna be a proper race, and we want to grow this into the Southeast Asian Championships one day. I don't know if I'm giving out too much information on a podcast. Maybe my boss won't be happy when he listens to this if he gets this far. So anyway, we will invite you. Romain, anything else?
Okay, I was just gonna ask if Esther and I ended up in a head-to-head race, what do you think it would be?
10K.
What do you be?
Yeah, what race are we most likely to share the same start line?
Most likely.
5K.
Not even. It's like most likely. 5K road race.
No, I think 5K track race.
You said you wouldn't race on the track.
I wouldn't race on the track, but Romain wouldn't race 5K, so.
Romain does race 5.
Actually,
Romain has raced up to 10K on the road. Sorry
Oh,
to
on the
disappoint
road?
you.
I thought she did it on the track, that's why.
No, Romain's
I mean, yes, I
personal
did
best.
that on the track, yes, but I have
Romain's
historically also done 5 and 10K on the road once or twice a year.
Romain's personal best is 5K on the road in London, right? Or did you run faster on the track?
On the road.
Okay, so Romain ran 18 minutes and 46 seconds or something like that in London for 5K.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. But
Was
that
that
was when I
exactly
had
right?
aerobic. I think so. Yeah. It was about the
Thereabouts,
mid
yeah.
to high. Yeah.
Is that
The
around
track
what you're
one,
running, Esther?
Sorry?
Is that right around where you're running for 5K?
Uh, a bit faster. Mine's a bit faster, yeah.
Okay. Have you raced in Singapore before?
No.
No. Okay.
For yes. Triathlon, yes.
For triathlon, okay. What have you run for 5K?
Um, the last I ran was like 2 years ago on the road. It was
Yeah.
like 1820.
Okay, nice.
But in Nagoya, the first 5K was already like 17 flat. So, I'm not sure.
17 flat.
Not flat, 17 like 15 or something. But I couldn't really see it in time.
Mm.
I
Oh,
think I
the
think
Nagoya
I think Nicole
elevation
had a
was like that.
Nicole had a similar thing where I saw her go out in like
Yeah.
73-minute half marathon pace. I was just what the fuck. So it was either the 5K mark was off or it was very downhill because it didn't make any
It
sense. And
was
then
it was like a slight. Apparently, we didn't feel. Me and Nico both didn't feel any gradient, but apparently it was a slight decline
downhill.
for
Yeah.
like 10K.
Yeah, like you never feel it when it's a slight downhill lah, but you feel it when it's a slight uphill.
The opposite direction was a slight uphill, but we didn't feel it either.
You didn't feel it either, but you can feel yourself slowing, right?
Yeah, you can feel yourself slowing, but it was because of the wind, more because of the wind.
Yeah. Did you manage to run with Nicole in that race? Did you run together?
For like the first 5K.
Okay. And she was eventually first and you were third or second?
Third. The
You were
second
third.
girl overtook me with like 7K to go.
Japanese girl.
Yeah, with like an army of guys making a little hut in front of her.
Oh.
That was really cool though. She was running past with like guys in front.
Oh, it was a mixed race the whole time lah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they met again at the finish line with this super cute photo.
Oh wow.
The
Why were you
moment I
guys
saw it, I
hugging
laughed.
like that? Finished line
Because
emotions.
No, because I asked her before the race what she wanted to do, and she asked me the time that I wanted to do. And then when we reached the finish line, I asked her if she made her time. She said yes, and then so we both made the times that we wanted to make, and then
Wow.
I don't know.
Happy lah.
Do you have that kind of relationship with any of the other female runners in Malaysia?
Yeah, I'm quite close with a lot of them. I don't see them often because I don't race road running that often. But for most of them, I think I'm quite close to them. Like, we text each other quite often. When we see each other, we're all friends.
Okay. Awesome. Well, introduce more of them to us so that we can bring them on as well. I'll be in SCORE in about 2 weeks' time or something like that. So definitely looking forward to meeting all of you there. Is it 2 weeks' time?
I will support.
Is it 2 weeks' time? Hang on. 1,
What day is it?
2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. 2 weeks and 6 days time. I'll be there before that. 2.5 weeks time I'll be in Malaysia. So yes, I look forward to meeting you there. Very nice to meet you today and telling us your thank you so much for telling us your story. We're gonna wrap up here, Romain. Is that good? We actually didn't do one.
Yeah.
We actually didn't do one dumb thing that runners do today.
I
You know,
guess
we
we
have
can
this
do that
segment of
now.
yeah. Okay, we can close off with the segment. What is one dumb thing that runners tend to do? Romain, you can start.
Take a
Okay, I'll go first. So you can have some time to think about it. But I think based on my most recent experience, because I think right before this I just came back from a run at East Coast Park, right? Most people are still wearing cushion shoes for the most part. That's fine. But I think I ran past two people who were doing leisurely paces, jogging, walking paces in super shoes, and my
I
feet
hope
hurt watching that.
I hope they get injured. No, there's no better way to say. I just hope that these people get injured. There's no reason to buy expensive super shoes and flex when you're jogging. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your feet. It's not good for your ligaments. It's not even good for your wallet because these shoes are not the most durable. I just hope you get injured so that you learn, and then after that you just won't do it anymore. Hopefully. It's so
I
stupid.
think I have seen, I've seen people traveling in the airport and they're wearing super shoes.
Okay lah, I mean, yeah, I don't understand why you would travel in. Well, I think I've
And
seen
they're not
Kipchoge.
runners.
I seen Kipchoge travel in super shoes before actually, but I think that's like he's been instructed to do it for photos. Maybe people look at that and then they also go and copy and paste. But please, if you're listening to this, do not do easy runs in super shoes. There's no point. In fact, you should be going slower on easy runs. Super shoes make you run faster. So that's already like defeating the purpose of an easy run. It's supposed to help you recover. Running on carbon fiber plates do not help you recover. So that's another point. There's so many points lah, but basically don't do it. And it's not good for your wallet either. Like super shoes are not meant to last a long time. Yeah.
Okay,
Esther,
what's yours?
how about the Malaysian context? What's one dumb thing that runners tend to do?
take a poop in the bushes.
I mean, I've done that before lah. What's so dumb about that?
It's just dumb, but you have to go when you have to go.
Okay lah, I guess yeah, it's something that every runner, if you've run for a long enough time, whether or not you admit it, you've probably been in that literally a shitty situation before that you have to like go off and do it. No shame, you know, we've all been there. Yeah, especially when it hits in a race, that's the worst.
Ooh.
Yeah, like you really have to make a decision there, do the math. Like, am I losing too much time holding it in, or should I go now and like try and catch back up later? Yeah. For
How
me,
about you?
one dumb thing that runners do is, you know how some runners are very obsessive about mileage numbers. They're like, I must run 100 miles a week, 100.0. And it's very easy to tell these people because when you go on there, I don't follow anyone on Strava apart from my wife, and that's because she forces me to follow her. But you know, from time to time, some people will send me a screenshot or refer me to a certain account, and then you can just see all their weekly, like, you know, like the week of, let's say, like this week is the end of this week already, right? So this week they will have, like, you know, exactly 160k, or like, you know, last week exactly 160.0k, exactly 160.0k. There's no way you are naturally doing this. It's always like it's very calculated one. It's like, oh, you know, it's probably every day they're the type that if they come back to the car park and then their watch says like 12.89k, they cannot stop. They must jog around in the car park until it says 13.00, stop at a round number. And then funny thing is that if you do that, Strava will actually still give you 12.99 because it doesn't like sing properly, right, sometimes. So these are the people who are on Sunday lah. They're like, oh, I need like 19.83k to get to my weekly targeted volume of 140k, 140.0k. Otherwise, my Strava graph doesn't look good. So they're gonna be running. They're gonna be coming back, and then they're gonna be running around their car or like, you know, running around their HDB flat until it says 90.83, then they stop. Yes! You know, like now my Strava graph looks good. Yes! Train to be fit. Train to be healthy. Don't train to have a sexy looking Strava graph. It's not going to get you laid. It's not going to get you a job. It's not even going to get you fit. It's just weakness. It's the inability to let go of vanity, of something that is inconsequential to why you are training. And I think that's the problem when you have too much of these like Strava and all that kind of stuff. People start performative training rather than training for yourself and what's good for you. Performative training means anything from having round numbers on your Strava to coming out with stupid excuses when your tempo run doesn't go to plan, or calling it like easy run, but then it's like you're running 4:30 a k when you're a 2:48 marathon runner, or half marathon doesn't go well. So, I ran it at marathon. Marathon pace tempo. Whole list of shit, right? So sorry, I went on a rant there, but yeah, it was supposed to be one dumb thing runners do, so I'll stick to the one. Yeah, please relax. You don't have to have a round number, sexy looking Strava graph to be really putting in the work. Mileage is not the be all and all. There are lots of other things you can focus on: stretching, sauna, strength and conditioning, sleep, eating fruits. Everything that doesn't appear on Strava is also good for you.
Yeah, I just referred to Steve Magnus's post from yesterday, I believe. Like, just be comfortable running 9.99 miles. But in that vein, guess my long run distance today.
Today is your long run day?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess 45 minutes.
Esther, what is your guess?
Distance or time?
Distance.
9.95.
What? Guys, come on. It was 14. I've upgraded.
Oh.
Kai gave you 14k.
He did not.
What did he... So, if he didn't give you 14k, why did you run 14k?
Because yesterday's distance was kind of short in total. So Sundays are a little bit longer now, especially since it's base building. Yeah.
So how many k did he give you?
He gave me an hour.
And so why do you run 14k?
Because aerobic gains. And also, it was 14.0 completed in 1:20:00 unplanned. So,
wow.
Natural perfectionist. But
Okay.
in that same vein, Patagonia graph.
It speaks later. I can't see much, but Patagonia graph. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So straight line graphs for mileage are overrated.
Well, straight line just means you are stagnant. Okay, fine. Consistent. Let's stay neutral and positive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fantastic episode. I think I may have criticized a bit of the Malaysian administration. The Singapore administration is really listening to the podcast because I can see them like putting in some work on projects that didn't exist before. So I'm 100% sure that people are listening. Hopefully, I didn't also make a ton of enemies in Malaysia. But if they do, they're always free to come in and say their piece. We are open to having administrators on the podcast as well. We hope you enjoyed listening to the Esther Joy podcast today. Esther, we hope you had a good time. This was episode 14 of the Run So Fast podcast. Esther, who would you love to see on the podcast next before we let you go?
Martin Lim.
Is that your boyfriend?
Yes, I want to see him on the podcast.
Okay, you set me up with him. Thank you so much, Esther.
Really?
Yeah, thank you so much, Esther. Don't close your window. I'm just going to stop the recording.